not just the Lord who gives us bread. He
Hey, good morning. Thank you for joining. Please practice according to your conditions and your abilities. Respect your limitations. Think of the practice as an offering. And imagine all creatures experiencing this through you. So if you go to a place of pain and suffering and anxiety, that's exactly what you'll be transmitting. We don't want that. So let's practice in a way that's mindful and that delivers the best experience possible. So now let's begin. Close the eyes. Bring the attention within. Start with the chant of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you're becoming one with all beings everywhere. Moment of creation, God became part of all living beings everywhere. Bring your mind to that supreme divine consciousness that is within and all around us. Establish in God everything you do, and everything you say, and everything you think. And try to connect with all beings. Try to deliver the best, all your knowledge, all your gifts, and all your kind words in a way that reflects compassion and the love of God and the wisdom of God. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, peace, peace. To make this practice even better than meditation, even more powerful, even more meaningful. Pronounce all the fruits. Imagine this as your divine duty to all beings everywhere. Just do it because it must be done. So let's start off with the Om Namah Shivaya mantra in order to just try to, again, remember that the light within shining, and we try to bow to that inner light within. We impart that light to all beings so they can benefit as well. It means I bow to the inner light. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Do spiritual breathing in order to connect deeper with divine within. Bring the arms up, the palms slightly turned up. From the fingertips, inhale the best down to the arms into the spiritual heart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold the attention of the breath at the spiritual heart in the center of the chest and right side of the physical heart. 6. Exhale out through the arms. It's just a breath. It leaves. Everything else stays within. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale. Everything you need down through the arms into the spiritual heart. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Holding it all in the heart again. Hold the breath. 2, 4, 6. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, inhale down through the arms into the spiritual heart. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding it at the heart. Everything stops. All the attention there. Make an offering of what you brought into God. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. You pranayama exercises. First, purify pranayama. In order to purify all the nadis, there are countless numbers of them, about over 350,000 of them all throughout the body. When they're fully open and purified, we can realize more for ourselves. The more we can realize for ourselves, the more we can share with others. Imagine all the purifying effects going up through the body, right up to the crown. Exhale, imagine you're expelling out the impurities with the breath. Left hand in Yana Mudra, the Mudra consciousness on the left knee. On the right hand, second and third fingers flow down. This is Vishnu Mudra, but when you turn the palm towards you, it's no longer Vishnu Mudra. However, we use the thumb for the right nostril, right ring finger for the left. Just these two fingers of the right hand touch the nose. One represents the fingers are folded down. The reason why we don't let them touch the psychic channels is because one represents ego, one represents intellect. These are both impediments to the practice, or can be. So the technique is to inhale through both nostrils for 4 counts. Hold the breath for 12 counts. The attention space in the eyebrows. You contract, gauge the throat and ruach, which I'll explain in a moment. Exhale out through the left side. So for the root lock, you want to contract the buttocks, push the belly button into front of the spine. Lift the whole pelvic floor. Imagine you're trying to push it right up to the navel. That's for the root lock. For the throat lock, as you inhale, you lift your chest, you inflate your lungs, so that when it's time to bring your chin down on the chest for the breath retention, the back stays straighter. You don't want to hunch your back over. So you try to keep your back straight. Don't lift the shoulders. It's the chest that rises up, the chin on the chest. And then to seal off the lock completely, tongue through this mouth, the tip of the tongue is not behind the teeth. Attention to the space between the eyebrows, center of the forebrow. Exhale out through the left side. Just release the right ring finger. Okay, so let's begin. Sit up tall and straight. Empty the lungs. Inhale through both nostrils. 2, 3, fill up the lungs. 4, raise the chest. Hold the breath in. 2, 3, all the attention at the space of the eyebrows. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1. So out to the left side gradually. 2, 3, 4, fill the lungs. 6, 7, 8. Inhale again. 2, 3. Raise the chest. 4. Hold the breath. Apply the locks. Jalandhara Bandha Mula Bandha. All activity, the mind, the body, and emotions as though they're frozen. Out through the left nostril again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, inhale. 4, hold the breath. Relax the elbow, should be way up here, should be down by the body. 2 more on your own. So then the breath attention one more time. Feel finished, return the right hand to the right knee and Yana Mudra. Take a moment to observe the state of the body, the mind, and emotions. It's good to do this throughout the practice in order to remind yourself that you are the witness, just unaffected by what's happening in the body, the mind, and emotions. You're beyond all that. So now, alternate nostril breathing, rhythmic breathing with a breath retention. So we're going to do 4, 16, 8. 4 on the inhale, 16 on the breath retention, 8 on the exhale. The fingers stay the same in that the thumb for the right nostril, right ring for the left. Inhaling through the active side, which I'll explain in a moment, for 4, hold for 16 with the blocks, and exhale through the less active, inhale through the less active, hold the breath for 16, exhale through the left, empty the lungs on the active side, not the left necessarily, for 8 counts. Be completely empty by the 8 counts. So this helps to bring the mind into a state of calmness, which is needed for meditation. The mind is always agitated and restless. There's no wait for the mind to settle down and to come into that place of stillness in the mind. So for this technique, for the active nostril, let's find it now. Block off the right nostril, breathe in and out quickly through the left. Do the same thing on the other side. Close off the left nostril with the right ring finger. Whichever side feels more open is your active side. If you can't tell the difference, usually it switches between every 2 hours. Use your left side as your active nostril. I will also use my left side. Actually, I'll use my right side since my right side is it turns out to be the active side. So sit up tall and straight now. Breathe out completely. Close off the less active side, inhale through the active. 3, 4, hold the breath on both sides of the nose. 3, 4, all the same rules apply for the locks. 6, 7, 8, 13. Exhale up through the less active side. 6, 8, inhale through the less active side. Fill the lungs. Hold the breath, chin up the chest, everything stops, all the attention to space to your eyebrows, so nothing else exists. Through the active side. Continue inhale. Hold for 12. Stop. Inhale the last active side. Fill up as much as you can. Hold for 60. If the mind wanders, be unconcerned. Just keep pulling your mind back to the pranayama. So the powerful tool you can use to augment your meditation, concentration, and meditation skills. The mind wanders, be unjudging. Always. Built in judgments, any expectation. Exhale out of your active side. Take your time, don't rush it. Done. Bring right back to your knee. Sit for a moment in reflection as to what you observe. Continue to be the observer during the class, during the practice. And most importantly, try to see God in all the forms. The way that God manifests in this universe is through all the beings. So revere and love each and every one, knowing that that little equal portion of God is reflected in each and every being. The mind quiet. Let's begin the asana practice. Opera pose. Think of this as your divine obligation. Do it because it must be done. Beings everywhere for their well-being. So let's come to standing. We're going to start off just with some kriyas first. First one is Nali. So what we're going to do is we're just going to try to relax the belly muscles as much as possible. We want to try to turn them. So when you're doing this, before you do this, it's always good to take some water first, lemon water, even better, and warm lemon water will help to just swish it around and help to dislodge some of the impurities. So from here, we're just trying to get as much as possible, all like the belly to roll around. If you can't do it easily, you can just push the belly button. Okay, so we're doing this as we hold the breath out. And at the end of it, we're going to push the belly button from the spine and contract the buttocks, imagine trying to push the heart right between the shoulder blades. Okay, so when you're first learning to do this, you can do it with a mirror underneath you, just see the movement of the belly. Don't worry if it doesn't work the first time, just do your best. So take a deep breath in, exhale, come down, empty the lungs, relax belly muscles. Start to imagine the muscles are like a ball rolling around in your belly. As long as you can, as you hold your breath out. Now push the belly button right to the front of the spine. Push the heart between the shoulder blades. Keep holding the breath out. And back up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's try again one more time. Get deep breath in. Exhale, come down. Empty the lungs. Relax belly muscles. Just start to roll around again. Or dancing belly. And push again. Keep pulling the breath out. Push the belly button from the spine, hollow the area underneath your rib basket. And release, coming back up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's continue with some warm-ups now. Do them with vigor so that you get the full range of benefit and work the joints. Dharma keeps saying, keep moving, or you'll end up dying. So you want to keep the body in a state of radiant health so that you can carry your mission on with ease, with more ease and power and endurance, and stamina. So just take the head around and around, the ears to the shoulders, the chin to the chest, back of the head to the top of the back. Go the opposite direction now. Left foot forward, right arm turns backwards. Make as though you're winding up this little ball. Go forward now. Right foot in front. Good. And you should have a cord. Yes, okay, so left arm now circles backwards. Go forward. Now feet in the same line. So we're going to start this a little bit of a mental exercise. Raise your arms up as you exhale. It can be so exhale, bend your knees, you can bring your arms down. Inhale, turn to the left, arms come up. Now from here, start with the arms up again, turn to your left. As the arms come down, you still turn to the left. As you turn to the right, the arms come back up. So down, left, up, right. Up the center, take all the opposite elbows, bend to the left, go to the right. With each bounce, try to go a little bit deeper into the stretch, work the waist. To the other side, try not to make folds in the waist. And go to the other side. Back up, little circles over the head. Start small, head, neck, and shoulders moving first. And then the chest and upper back starting to move as well. Eventually, if you feel comfortable, do so. The whole trunk circles. Use the momentum of the downswing to carry you through the circle with ease and smoothness. And all the way back up and go in the opposite direction again, starting with little circles first. Just over the head. Then maybe getting a little larger progressively. Starting to feel cool in the hips, and the waist. And then finally, again, you can dive down. The forms coming across the tops of the feet. Trace the large circles in front of the body, like an airplane propelled on the tip of the nose of the aircraft. All the way back up. Bring your arms out in front now, the elbows are height to the shoulders, the feet about the width of the mat, and then we're going to throw it wide from side to side. You can do Kapalabhati to do it. So as you go to each side, you're breathing out. The inhale happens passively as you come back to the middle. Be all the way around you. Go as much as you can. That's fine. Arms by sides of the body. Zulu jumping. Try to get the feet to come right up off the ground. Push up with your toes, get nice and high. Do spins if you like. Up way. Few more jumps. Be like a child, you'll always be blissful. Stop. Arms up to the side, swing the right leg back and forth for the hips. You can bring your left hand on a wall or a chair if you like. Try to get your toes to the back of the head when your leg swings back. Your knee to the shoulder as the leg comes forward. Maybe perhaps the shin will come right to the forehead. They should feel like a pendulum swinging out of control. So feet now together, arms by sides of the body. 6 counts come up. Inhale, 2, 3, lift the heels, 4, 5, 6. Exhale down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Control the descent so the heels don't hit the ground heavily. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the movements graceful, no jerky movements. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move in a way that doesn't agitate the mind. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. Up. 3. Slow down the mind activity and moving mindfully. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bend the head down towards the chest. Gesture of humbleness. Stay in this humble mindset throughout the practice. Let go of all expectation. Let go of all attachments and results. Come to the front of the mat now. Surya Namaskara. Hands to the heart here. Let's imagine we're together physically, moving with the soul of fish. Raise your arms up over the head, arch back. Pull the body down. Bend your knees and need you to bring your hands flat on the ground. Right foot back. Work down the back knee. Into the plank. Bring the knees down, the seat goes back. Glide between your hands. Brush your nose to the ground. The elbows to sides of the body. And then coil, take your head back. Take the seat back again behind heels. Come forward. Imagine you're trying to pull forward towards you. Push the chest forward, the head goes back. Imagine trying to get the back of the head over the top of the seat. One more time. Come back. Move like a snake creeping through the grass. Push the chest forward, open up the chest. Heads go back. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat, allow the heads go down below the arms. And now the right foot steps towards the hands softly. Feet together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come all the way up to standing, reach up and back. Come back home. Engage the buttocks, never back as you move into the back bend. More control, pull the body down, Uttanasana. Left foot back. Into the plank. Knees down, the seat goes back. Come forward, brush your nose to the ground. Try not to lose your neck, telescope your neck out of the shoulders when your body comes up. Take the seat back, come forward again. Put yourself in the body of what you're representing. This case of name. Imagine how the boundless range of motion. One more time, take the seat back. Tap into all their divine qualities. Regal and wise, fierce and fearless. Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 times plus of those can imitate the forms on all levels. Left foot forward. To the hands, drop down to the seat. Uttanasana. The seat's up. Try to get your seats in line. The heels feel more flexible. Your legs are straight. Come right up to standing. Raise your arms over the head, arch back. And please come back to source of divine love at the heart. Reach up and back. Move the body down. Right foot back. The plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Knees, chest, forehead down. Let's come through this time. It's upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take the seat back, allow the line of the back to soften. Right foot forward. Feet together. Uttanasana. Come up and back again. And back home. That's the heart. Reach up and back. Stretch the whole front of the body. Don't worry about the breath. Just move the body and the breath will follow and deliver more power and ease in the movements. Left foot back. Into the high plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Right through into upward facing dog if you can. Hips and knees away from the ground, charge the legs. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot forward. Feet together. Bow down in gesture of humbleness. Come right up. Every movement, reflection of devotion and surrender to divine service. Raise your arms up. Hold the body down. This pose here says the eyes downcast, the head down. It's a gesture of humility. Remember which foot I'm going. Let's go the right foot back. Into the high plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Into upward facing dog. Stay for a moment. Bend the toes under. Push your hips forward, the shoulders back. Look like a dog, how they move. Push through with your toes. Try to get your heels down behind. Towards the ground. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift your seat now. Bounce here again. Try to get your chest down. If you like, you can hold the front edge of the mat. Really work your shoulders. Try to get your chest down to the ground, your belly to your thighs. If you're flexible, maybe your forehead, your chin, maybe even your nose, your forehead, your chin comes down. Look at the dog stretching its back. More importantly, embody the loyalty of the dog to its master. Now from here, right foot steps forward. Feet together, Uttanasana. Come right to stand, reach up and back. Up, Anamasana. You're always going back to source of the right leg, reach up and back. And down we go. Adjust your deep humbleness. Left foot back. It's a plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. So right through into upward facing dog again. Stay here a moment. Bring the toes under if that's preferable for you. Charge the legs. You need to see yourself in a form, see yourself in a practice trying to attain. With constant practice, adherence to ethical rules, and angry determination, all is possible. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Have a strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering. You do this by remaining in adherence to those ethical rules. It's so important. Soften the line in the back, soften the sense of the heart, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And the left foot steps forward to the hands, feet together, Uttanasana. Come up and back, arch back, and come back home. Raise your arms up. Have on that. Bend your knees, belly on your sides, pull hands all the way up over your shoulders. Forehead comes to your shins. Try to get your chest below the knees. Bounce here for a moment. Use the body, push against the legs, get the legs straighter. Move according to your condition. Now the right foot back. Back knee down into Kapyasana. Raise your arms up. Try to get the arms beside, behind the ears. Arch the back. Come back down into perhaps high plank. And from here, take the seat all the way back. Come right through the dropping your hips and knees to the ground. Put your elbows into the sides body. Pushing with your toes. Upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right leg up. Step the foot between the hands. Kapyasana again. Raise your arms up. Reach back. Grab your hands and pull them all the way back. Try to get your fingers over the toes. And right foot again. Down on the side. So you have to pull it back. Without touching your fingers to the ground if possible. Uttanasana. Bring right back up. Arch back. Come back on. Go. Anamasana. Jump again. Forward, forward. Try to keep the mind always in the same temperament, undisturbed, unchanged, unbothered, unjudging. Right. Now from here, left foot back, back knee down, Kapyasana again. Reach up and back, stretch the arms way back. Try to get again, nice curve in the toes, the fingertips, without making any bends, kinks in the back of the body, the lower back of the back of the neck. Good. Reach. And then come back down, high plank. Back we go, right through into upward facing dog. Push your arms into the sides of the body. And back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left leg up, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step the foot between the hands. Landing softly. Kapyasana. Reach up and back, stretch, open up the chest. Dharma G sometimes says, Dendra Mussolini. Big wide chest. So your hands behind the back, hold your breath. As you bring your right foot to meet the left so it doesn't come down to big heavy saddle. No jerky movements, remember. Soft movements like you're moving in a dream. Reach up and back. Come back home. And up again. Bury your mind deep in the heart. Watch body move even more power, grace, and ease. Uttanasana. Swing hands all the way up over your shoulders. Hands beyond your head. Right foot back. Back knee down. Kapyasana. Reach up and back, stretch the whole front of the body. This time, come down with your hands. Swing your left leg all the way up and back, three-legged dog. Come forward, shoulders over the fingertips, lower your chest down first. Your elbows over your wrists. Come down softly. Right feet into upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Savasana. Right leg up and step the foot between the hands. All the movements relate to one another, like a divine dance devotion. Reach up and back, stretch. Come forward. See if you can do it without touching your feet to the ground. Hold the breath. Hands together behind the back, feet together, Uttanasana. Face positions if your legs are completely straight. Your belly to the sides, your chest below the knees even. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. And then return home, hands to heart. Sweep up and back. Forward fold. Keep imagining yourself in a practice you're trying to attain. And perhaps the body will obey. Left foot back with constant practice. Reach up and back with constant practice. The body learns all sorts of tricks to move, learn to move efficiently and gracefully and powerfully. Right leg up, come forward. Bend, bring your chest down. Right foot to upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Savasana. You have to use your imagination to visualize, to go to the edge of your potential, to go to the beyond your imagination. Your seat down, arms up. You have to cultivate a limitless one. You can only go as far as your imagination. Come forward again, belly on the sides, hands behind the back. Feet together, Uttanasana. Pull the body down on the legs. Come right up to standing, reach up and back, over the head. And come back home. So take pause here for a moment to catch your breath. From the heart, inhale, the left and heart up to the crown. Hold the breath, imagine your love going to all things everywhere. Like the sun that shines down on everything. Exhale, back down to the heart, being established in divine love towards all beings everywhere. Continue with a Shiva Namaskar fold. So a creative flow that helps to embody the idea that we are able to transform through our practice, through our adherence to the practice and the ethical rules. So starting again at the front of the mat, hands together, imagine mudra and a gesture of gratitude. And then switching to Kali Mudra, mudra that represents the fierce and powerful Kali. Reach your arms up, arch back, rock your shoulders back, push your hips forward. Release the hands, bring your hands on your seat, push into your seat. And here you can move your hands down the backs of your legs. You maybe land right on just underneath the knees. If you need to, you separate your feet a little bit more. And turn your toes out. So bring your knees a little, bend your knees a little bit more so they're over the heels, over the toes. And those who are more comfortable can go further down. Some of you might be able to step right on the fingers of your heels. Push the thighs outwards, roll the sides, and roll the inner lower legs inwards. Coming back, walk your hands back up onto your seat, push into your seat, pull down. I say here. Hinge at the hips, come down. Start with bring your feet back together, arms behind the back, and pull them all the way up off your back as far as they'll go. Trying to get your shoulders just beside your knees, your chest goes below the knees perhaps. The face to the shins, the belly glued to the legs. If you can't straighten your legs without detaching your body from the legs, keep your knees bent. Now from here, bring the right foot back, Abhyasana. Raise your arms up, drop your shoulders down, rock your shoulders back and forth, pull your arms back. So from here, bring your hands to the seat, push your seat, pull down, and use your fingertips to push the heart, the rib basket up, pull the elbows closer together. So you're trying to make space in your lower back. Imagine trying to remove all the wrinkles in the skin underneath your hands. Now from here, keeping your seat very low towards front heel, bring your right foot up. If you need to, you bring your hands on either side of the body. You can even use your thumb to press into the back of the knee, wrap your fingers around the outside knee, and guide your foot to the head. Arms up over the head. If you can, if your hands resting in your hands. Keep the foot, be very flexible. Move your hands to the heel. Hold your breath. Bring foot down behind. You can stay there or push your hips all the way forward again. Those you want, hold your breath. Bring the foot back up to your head. These are pretty deep poses, so know your limitations, remember. Break the pose. Bring the weights back down. From here, move your hips back. Move your left foot to the outer edge of the mat. Preparing for lizard. Push back and forth up off the foot. Try to get your hips to come down. With each pass, go lower and lower. Push one more time to the back foot. Lower the knee down. Flatten out the toes. If your hips are low enough, fall to the right. And then roll back to your left. You want to have both sides, your hips equally close to the ground. And then you telescope your head and chest forward. If your hips are anchored down, the belly, the pelvis, the belly, and the chest will come down. So make sure that the knee's not falling away from your body or this is happening. Okay, so you keep your shin vertical close to the shoulder. The idea is to try to get your back lower than your knee. Those who want can take your bind, left arm or out to the, just out to the side. If you want to take the bind, your left arm goes over the foot from the outside underneath the knee. And then your right hand comes over your back, you join hands together. Telescope your head and chest forward. Look at the lizard just sunning himself on the warm earth. Up from here, those who want to go deeper, come up onto your hands again. Push your left shoulder in behind your knee. Take your foot with the right hand on the outside of the left foot with the right hand. And see if you can get your top of the head behind your heel. Then you can lift the back knee up. Sometimes it's easier to start. So as you can take your head to the other side. And then you can stay in a version of humble warrior here. You can take your head behind the back, pull it up over your shoulders. Or if you can, bring your hands down, lower your knee, and you slide your right leg back. And then just sort of like a twisted lizard here. And then bring the right foot up. You can take hold of the foot with both hands. Be still like a lizard. And by that beautiful quietness of a lizard can stay for a long time. Then the mind can eventually go into silence and the body is still. Now break the pose, bring the foot back down if you have the bind. Take your head out from underneath. From here, Visvamitrasana. Left hand stays on the outside of the foot. Turn, you try to bring your left leg up. So you're wrapping your leg around the left arm. And you push the foot out. Push against the inside of the leg. Visvamitrasana, the right arm comes up. So from here, you can also take hold of the foot with your right hand, the outside, and pull the foot out. Look up if you can. Here, the exit. If you want to try, you bring your right hand down, turn forward. You have to come forward so your belly is on elbows. Your right leg comes up, coor.dination. Vadikundasana if you like. Swing your right leg up, you have to push into the right hand. You come up, those who are flexible, bring your feet to your head. And back down gracefully into upward facing dog. Adho Mukha. Breathe in, breathe out. Sink through the heart. Pay equal love and attention to all the forms. A sign of self-realization is when we love all beings the same. We see sameness everywhere. Now the right foot forward. Back knee down, Kapyasana again. Arms up, arch back. Try to get your fingertips over the toes. Reach back. Your hands to your seat. Push into your seat. pull down to your heels, your palms, but push up with your fingertips. Elbows come close together. And stay here, use your hands, or even use to cover your opposite arms. Push your forearms into your seat, pull it down. Now, if you want, you bring your hands alongside your hips. If your hips are all the way towards front heel, it'll be easier to bring your foot up. You'll stay balanced. And again, bring your thumb, push it into the back of the knee, other fingers wrapping around the outside of the knee, and guide the foot more easily to the head. And once your foot, your head's on the foot, you come to chain pose. Or you can take the foot, hold the breath, you go to heel. Hold your breath. Go back and push hips forward. The points. Always correct your condition. Bring the right foot out to the edge of the mat and rock backwards. Get lower and lower the hips as though they're your hips, again, rocks in your hip pockets. And push back to the left foot. One more time, lower the knee down. If your hips are low enough, fall onto your left forearm, and then roll back to the right. Keep on telescoping your head and chest forward. Try to get your body down. Your hips come down, and then the rest of the body falls. There's lots of weight in the hips. As Dharma says, use the physics to help you into the poses. Think of the forces, things, the weights that have to happen in order to find the control and the shape of the pose. No attachment to the results, however, just do your best. And if you want to take the bind, or just bring your arms out to the side, if your chest is flat down, go ahead. If you want to take the bind, your right arm goes from the outside over your back. Let's go underneath the right knee from the outside, and then your left hand can come join it. Flatten out the body. Be still like a lizard. Fix your gaze on the point in front. Or you can then go into the next variation. Bring your right shoulder in behind the knee. Lift the back knee up. Push back and forth a few times against the back of the knee as it finds the shoulder. Then flatten out the left foot. Take your foot with your left hand from the outside, tuck your chin in, bring the back of the head against the heel, maybe even move to the other side completely to the outside the foot. Your hip, keep it low, but the height of the knee, and raise your arms up to the head. With this humble warrior variation. Hands all the way up over your shoulders. As far as you can. If you can go further, bring your left knee down, slide your left leg back. You might have to move your head a little bit more to your right, the right foot. And then once your leg and hip is down, you can either take your bind over your back or take your right foot up and hold the foot. Look like the lizard just coiling itself around, coiling its body around itself. The pose and out. Remember, the practice is an offering. So they're meaningless if you are just looking for some gain, some personal gain. You want to try to find God in each and every form. For Visvamitrasana, your right hand down, you lean back, you're sort of like sitting on the right arm with your right leg. So you wrap close to the shoulder, push against the back of the arm against the inside of the leg. Come into, if you like, Visvamitrasana, or if you can, take hold of the foot from the outside and pull it out again. From here, place the left hand down, come forward. So notice my elbows are right at the top of the hips. Push into your left hand, then right. The elbows in towards the side of the body. Bandhagandhasana. Bring your shoulders down onto your hands. Bring your feet onto your head if you like. Push one toe into the other, or push into your thigh. And then gracefully and softly, we're facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in, breathe out. Now bring the left leg up. If you can, bring the head down to the ground. Balance. Challenge here. Bring the right hand back. So you can take hold the inside, if you're flexible, the inside the heel. If you can't reach the heel, you can just maybe bring on a leg somewhere on the outside of the leg or alongside the body. Just try to stand on your left hand to your right foot. You want to take the foot. Bring the right hand back and the left foot between your hands. From here, Virabhadrasana. Bring your arms up over the head. Look up between your hands so you're saying, I'm yours. Grant me higher devotion. From here, we're going to launch up off the left foot into eagle, gliding eagle. Arch your back. Head forward. Try to get your foot higher than the hip. Arch your back. Again, by squeezing your shoulder blades together. Now from here, press into your left foot, come up into angel. Arms out to the side. If you can't keep your foot up, push your chest forward, get a sense of body flight. So this messenger of God. Now from here, bring your right foot up, right into ballet pose. Here, so from here, take the right foot up. Shine your inner light, lean to your left a little bit if your foot's higher. But now from here, let go of the foot, but do it slowly so you don't let the foot fall. Hold your breath, engage leg muscles. Leg down. You're swinging the right leg all the way back up again. So here, standing split. If you're tight in hamstrings, you can keep your right knee bent, but you bend the right knee to left knee to start as well, so that you can get your belly against your thigh, and keep pulling the right leg up higher and higher. So then you try to get your left hand on the foot, index finger on the side of the heel. You move your right hand in. Maybe you don't, if you can, get your hand on the foot. If it can't quite get there, just peel one finger off at a time. So you're just on the index finger, perhaps. Your hip is over the heel. So from here, you bring your right hand in, maybe on the foot eventually. Bring your hands down on either side of the right foot. From here, lift the heel up, press up and down. You can stay here if you want. Push into the ground active with your hands. If you want, take a few hops. As you can come into handstands. Bring your left hand leg up to meet the right. Helps to sing Om Namah Shivaya in your mind. Bring your right foot back all the way back. Let's come into Virabhadrasana 2. Open up to your right. If you have the flexibility, go a little bit lower. Be strong and mighty like a warrior, enter into the consciousness. Lift the shoulders, lift the palms, and then extend more. Come forward with a sense of purpose. And now from here, left hand comes down beyond your left foot. Slide your right foot in. Come into Adho Chandrasana. Raise your right leg up, your right arm up eventually as well. smooth lines. Try to get your fingers together, your arms straight, your toes point. Remember, practicing offering, so you make it as beautiful as possible. When your intention, however, is to offer, then the poses will become more magnificent. You're doing this in else. So now bend your left knee if you can, to anchor the left foot down, bring your right foot in towards the seat, and push the foot all the way up and back again. You need to the bow pose, standing asana, stretch the whole front of the body. Now from here, looking forward, hold your breath, come up into dancer. One, take your left foot, left hand to the foot, hold your in towards the seat if you like. First, you make it easier to take the foot. So, around that. So, take hold of the foot, standing bow pose, or if you can, if you know the dance, the upward one, you take your foot in your hand, your elbow close to your body, pull the elbow out to the side, and then bring your elbow up. And move it with one hand in front, hold it with one hand, right hand, or take your left hand and push into the foot if you have it. Use a strap or a wheel if you like. The pose, bring the right foot back down, back into Virabhadrasana 2. Now from here, Parinvrita Paschimottanasana, turn to the front, right arm up, angle the toe knee towards the right. Take your arm down. You want to have the arm from the outside of the knee. Your left hand pushes into your right. And you keep pushing down. As you push down, your belly comes higher to the side. Turn the chest, come to your thumb, roll the left shoulder all the way back, turn the chest up. Make sure you're not sagging to the back knee, so you won't be able to stay in the pose very long. You'll lose your balance possibly. If you want to take your bind, you can use your left hand to just tap. Yes, the arm. Get the wrist, get along the forearm. As well, the arm goes underneath the leg, left hand goes over your pocket. Take hold of the hands and pull on the hands, try to get your left shoulder back. Pose. Come back into high plank. Into any entry you like into upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. A deep breath in here. Exhale, remove all fatigue, all struggles. Learn to let go of the effort instantly so as not to take it straight into the next pose. Now the right leg goes up. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. See again if you can get your head on the ground. It's a little bit easier to have the ground, 3 points of contact. And see if you can bring your left hand back. You pull the inside the heel if you have flexibility. Otherwise, take other variations. Maybe your hand comes alongside the body. Maybe it takes the foot. Wherever you are is perfect if you're trying your best. Here, left hand comes back down. Step the left foot between the hands. Virabhadrasana again. Raise your arms up, look up. There's an offering. Again, yourself up for divine service. It's exactly what you're doing for your practice. Now from here, come forward, your belly on the side, slide your left foot in. Imagine you're soaring through the air like a great eagle. Arch your back if you can, push your shoulders back. Try to get your foot higher than the head, point the toes, squeeze your shoulder blades together. You always believe. Something like foot over breath. Angel. Start. Chest forward. Put your head goes back. Here, and this way into your ballet pose. Try to make the transitions as graceful as possible. Embody the grace and the poise of a dancer. Fingers and toes in the same line, so lean to the right a little bit. Your foot is higher. Hold the breath, engage leg muscles. Don't let go of the foot too fast, otherwise it will fall. Here, swing it all the way down and back. Getting ready for standing split. Come back this way, so you have your knee bent, so you can bring belly on your side. You can bring your left leg bent as well. So from here, you bring your right hand onto your foot, index finger on the outside of the heel, you hug your forearm to your leg. Essentially, your feet are in the same line. Try to get your, if you're flexible, your nose to your shin. And then you bring your left hand closer and closer. Stay on the fingertips. Maybe if you can't get your hand on the foot, just come onto one finger, the index finger. If you can, take your hand on the foot, index finger on the inside of the heel. Look beyond your toes, just a little bit beyond the toes. Bring the foot back down. Get ready if you like to go into handstand. So push into your hands, lift the heels up. You can bend your left knee as well. Sometimes it's easier to get up. The more compact you make it, the more easy it's good for the body to come up. Flex your feet as well. Push into your hands with the breath. Push down into the ground. Stay if you can, or just keep jumping, just keep trying. Come against the wall if you need to. So keep on practicing, makes the wrists strong. If you know the variations, go ahead. Be able to go into scorpion. Hands, left foot back. Virabhadasana 2. Open up to the front again. The knee over the toes. If you can, look straight ahead. Steadfast dedication to those who you serve. Through the practice, through your duty, your divine duty. And up from here, Adho Chandrasana. The right hand reaches beyond the toes. The armpits on the right knee, and raise the left leg up. Up. Whatever happens, just dance it. Keep trying. Pull the left foot up higher, point the toes, the fingers stay together. Then bend your your right knee first, actually, anchor down the right foot, solidly into the ground. Take your left foot while it's close to your seat and push it away from you. Stretch the front of the body from the shoulder all the way to the knee, all the way to the foot. From here, look forward. Hold your breath. Come right up into dance. So then you can stay in this form here. Once your foot is far away, you straighten out your leg, or you take your right hand to the foot. And upright a little bit more. Bring the foot in so you can take the foot more easily, and then push the foot up and away. About the toes, about the line of on line with your head. Or if you want, if you have the shoulder and neck flexibility, hold the foot on the outside, bring the elbow up, move in a way that doesn't hurt the joints. Head, both, or one. One towards the foot. Pose, left foot back down. Virabhadasana 2. Right into Parivita Kash Komasana. I'm going to do this way. So it's always helpful to see the pose as another angle. Left arm up, angle to knee towards the left, come down with the left arm. On the outside of the knee. If you need to, you can bring your knee down while you're going to the pose. So sometimes helps. Bend toes under back foot, go to your left, right. Right hand pushed into your left. So you don't stay here. You push down. At the same time as the hands are coming down, your belly comes up. Send the chest comes to your thumbs, roll the right shoulder back, turn your face and chest up. If you want to take your bind here, sometimes it's easier with your knee on the ground, but you have to tip your hips back. And again, your armpit has to be on the outside of the knee, quite low. Your elbow close to your shin, your calf, and then you move your arm diagonally underneath. You can tap. Use your right hand to just tap against the forearm, and then the wrist. Then maybe the left arm go underneath the leg, but more easily. The right arm goes over your back. Join your hands together. Push your right shoulder back. Last action. Take your knee up off the ground. Hold the breath as you're making those difficult transitions. You can move with control. Then breathe again. Remember, asana is steady and comfortable pose. If you're holding your breath and it's at a point where it's very just uncomfortable, then your mind's not going to go into quietness. You want to meditate. You want to be able to meditate in all the forms eventually. Break the pose. Come back into high plank. Good. So from here, let's do Vasisthasana. On your left hand, go to the right. Start off in the basic, the fundamental pose. Your shoulders, your hands straight line through the shoulders. If you're starting to sag, it's trying to get tired, you can bring your left knee down. Make sure your knee is underneath your hip. Once your hips are up, come back to high plank, go the other direction now. When you're in a class setting, you know, if you can do the whole other variations, stay with collective mind, stay with the others until you're instructed to do so. It's the way you create a collective consciousness, and you don't create disruptions in that energy. Just try to stay with the others until you're cued to do so. Now from here, come back to high plank. From here, lower the knees down. Roll right back into Supta Vilasana if you can. If you can't go down all the way, you just sit on your heels and you move your hands back. So be careful of your knees. Otherwise, if you can, you separate your feet so you can sit between your heels. Come down as far as you can, maybe on the forearms. So if you can go on your back, go on your back. Once you're on your back or in position, in position, take a deep breath in. Exhale, relax. Inhale, imagine the best breath coming into the body. The best, all the way up to the spine to the crown. Exhale, drive it everywhere throughout. Feel recharged, feel rejuvenated. Off from here, rest your hands into your feet if you're on your back. Tuck your chin here. Roll your way up. Glide right into your cobra. Adho-Mukha. Your left leg comes up. Bend your knee. Look underneath your left arm. Feel the foot falling towards the ground. Here, if you can, you bring the foot down. Come right into wild thing. So your hips are way up. If you want, you can go way into you spin on your hand, come into coor.dination. Which hands all the way up. Stretch your arms, your legs. Return. Anchor down to the right hands. Come back the same way. Into downward scorpion. Through into Adho-Mukha. Let's do something else here. Okay, so if you like, walk hands towards you. And come up into another handstand if you like. Feet together. Slowly when it goes through between your legs. If that didn't work, actually, I think I should do less splits myself. Come up. Feet together if you like. What goes through. That was not working. Modification, just bring your left leg up. And send the foot through. Even if your foot doesn't make it all the way, you can stop there, lower your knee. And here, bend your left knee. Bring your hands beside your hips. Pulse. Go as far as you can. Bend, push the toes on both feet. Your left hip in line to the right, so the left leg hip shouldn't be away from the other one. You can go all the way down, go all the way down. Now body with courage and the faith of Hanuman. The leap that they took is that Hanuman took is as much of a leap of faith as it was a physical leap. Anything is possible when you're serving God, when you're serving God. Bring your arms up. Please cross the wrist sometimes. If you know variations here, go ahead. You can perhaps take your right foot up if you like. You just swan. You crook the arm. The foot's and crook the arm. Your left hand comes across the face. Hold the finger, lock the fingers together, and push the foot away from you. So this is one that this is a nice one, one of the easier ones to get into. Eventually, you might be able to get into. You can bring your, see where my hand is. It's a come across the body, left hand up to the foot, and then take your right arm up. Your elbow comes up. From here, then comes back. Your foot comes onto the head. You're very flexible. You might be able to get your foot all the way down. So you have to take hold of here. Lift up the hips a little bit. Bring the toes down. And then here, you sink your hips down again. You bring that hand to the foot. Your toes. Close. And back. Remember, these are all fairly deep, right? So be mindful. So bring your foot to your left a little bit. Bring your left foot in so that you can raise the pigeon. Shift from side to side. Try to get both sides of your seat down. Aim to get your heel in the same line as me. Of course, if your hips don't allow for it, bring your foot in closer to your hips. So we're going to start off with prone pigeon. Take your foot in your right hand and you bring your body down right between your knee and your foot. Glide your left hand forward. You can get your chest on your thigh, on your shin. Reach forward, gesture of humbleness here. Abject surrender. Telescope your body forward. More flexible, you can move your foot out a little bit further. So your leg is more than 9 degrees, and you bring forward on your foot, your chin, your forehead on your foot. Each time you get, each option you get, find stillness in the pose, merge with the form. Keep on seeing the divine within the form. All beautiful ways of God manifesting in this universe. Now breathe them back. Push. Push the knee a little bit more to your right so that your hip is in the same line and your knees in the same line as your hip. Move your hands to your left. Move your right elbow against the outside of the knee. Your left hand can come somewhere along the hip. Hold anywhere along the arm. Move hand closer if you need to, on the wrist or on the elbow or closer to the elbow. And then push your, sort of C shape with your body. Push the hips and the ribs out towards the right. Pull the left hip back. Over your left shoulder. Try not to create too many wrinkles in the waist on the left side of the body. on the arm, anchor down, really push down to the left hand, strong arm, and pulling at the same time with your right. Like, so you're trying to pull the arm towards you with your right hand. Now you can stay here, or there's a nice little transition you can do into form balance, an asymmetrical one. So your right hand stays down, your left hand, you stay on your left hand, your right arm, form on the ground. You slide your left foot, your hips up, and you go up. Let's see, again, you push your foot up, slide your hip up. Your legs. Reach ahead if you like. And come back down, roughly in the same position as you started. And then move back to the forward. Pull the heel now right into your hip, your right hip. Upright pigeon. So you can keep your hands on your seats, move your head back. Imagine trying to get the back of the head on top of your seat. Elbows go back. You can stay here, curve your back, make it look like a C shape. Or again, if you know any Rajakapatasana, you can do that as well. Bring your right foot up, either with the same type of fold as you did before. A nice one is you hold your foot with your right hand, left hand goes behind your back, and take hold of your foot from behind your left hand, holding your left foot. Use yourself in the pose. Pose, and right foot back down. So from here, if you want to try this variation of these bouncy stuff, you can. And move a little bit forward because my mats are slippery, so I have to be on my good sticky mats. So if you have the bind, if you take your left hand from behind, take hold of the foot, you turn to your left now. You push into the outer edge of that right foot, push into your hand, and lift your hips up into the bound. Notice. There's a nice transition here, go into coor.dination. Keep going. You bring your foot a little bit more in, and turn on slowly. Yes, hips have to be very high. So notice coor.dination. Now, if this is all too much, you can just come up like this with your left arm, the left leg in front. And from here, perhaps you can go into, just put your foot on your thigh, push your hips up, or take hold of the knee. Make sure your inside edge of your left foot is, the right foot is down. Take your left foot up. Break the pose. Come back into downward facing dog. Now from here, lower the knees, drop your seat back, glide right through into cobra, or upward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in. Breathe out. So now the right leg comes up, again into your split, so you can either just bring your foot all the way through like this, and or if you go right into split, you can, or you can do it from your handstand if you like. Breathe right to right leg up. So you come up. And then it goes through this. No, sorry, this is perfect. That one now. So come up. Yeah, your left leg goes through. Okay, so from here. No, I'm sorry, I did that wrong. It's right foot that goes through. So let's try that again. Your leg up, and up. Right, through, control. And okay, so again, according to your abilities. From here, if you didn't quite do that entry, you can stay here And start to bring your hips forward. Make sure your hips are between your hands. Your hands are beside your hips. And you pulse. Don't go too hard and too fast. Be mindful, don't overstretch. And going nice and slow into the pose. And from here, you can do your variations if you like. If you're all the way flat down, you can bring your arms up. And body again, all the qualities of Hanuman. If you want to try to take the foot in either your swan again, bring the foot up to quickly the arm, you have to lean towards the foot a little bit. Your fingers are close to the ear, your fingers locked together, and then you lift your wrist and you bring your arm to the other side of the head. Okay, or then you can take your foot in your hand with your right hand. Switch your hands around. Your left hand takes the foot, bring the elbow up. So again, move in a way that doesn't strain the joints. You put onto the head. Of course, if you want, you take hold of the heel. You can take the foot and then lean back. As we start here, breathe this side. Other hand inside your foot. Drop it down. Pose. From here, moving into pigeon. Lean to the right. Bring the right foot in. The heel in line to your knee. Slide back and forth. Not back and forth, side to side. And then we try to get your chest in front, between your knee and your foot. You take your foot in your left hand, glide your right arm forward. And the front of your foot is close to your collar, to the top of your chest. If you feel more weight on your right side, tip towards the left a little bit. Try to get more weight into your left side. Surrender again. This is a beautiful expression of just surrendering. And letting go all attachments and results. Doing this because it must be done for all of you. Especially those who can't practice, or who don't know the benefits of practice. Do it for that. Humble yourself, expect nothing, and then everything comes to you. And up from here, and up. And this way to shift my position, so if you see another angle. So from here, you move your right knee more to the left so that your knee's on the same line as your hip. And then you move your hands to your right. Left elbow against the outside of the knee, right hand somewhere beside your hip. And take your arm somewhere along the forearm, wrist, or closer to the elbow. Push your hips, drop them over to the right, slap to the left. Keep pulling on the arm. Keep trying to turn to your right. I'm strong, pushing the ground straight. Keep pushing against the knee with your left elbow as well. Now from here, if you want, you can you're going to forearm bounce. Your right hand stays on the ground, your left forearm on the ground, and come up with the hips. And you got it. Down gracefully. Get off the same position and make your way back up. So now you can do an upright pigeon with your hands on your seat. You can move your opposite elbows behind your back, allow your head to go back, or taking any kind of variation, Rajakapatasana if you have it. Your left foot comes up. You take the foot. You take your foot so that from the outside, your thumb is pressing the base of the toes, your other fingers are wrapped on the outside. Your elbows out to the side and then up. Allow the head to go back. And then your right arm goes behind the back. Snake gets front. So you can get your toes, bring your foot up a little bit. Take hold of the toes. You are perfect again. You can find stillness in the pose and off. Come to a place you can offer up the pose. With ease. Put back down. From here into your Vasisthasana. So you again back so you can't see me right like this. Okay, so from here, your left arm behind your back. You use your right hand, your left hand to guide the foot to the hand. And then from here, bend your toes back, turn to your right, push into the edge of the left foot, other edge, and come up, push your hips up into your Padma Vasisthasana. Okay, and then from here, you want to try to go into coor.dination. Bring your feet and your hand a little bit closer together. Keep your hips high, spin on your hands. Spin on at the same time. Or you do your other variations. If you don't have a lotus, you just from here, you raise the foot up in front, the right foot in front, and then from here, slide your left foot in a little bit, anchor it down, make sure your foot's not too turned. It should be not 90 degrees to the leg. It should be almost falling, the toe should be on the same line as the leg. A little bit easier. Push your hip up, inside edge of the foot down. And then take the knee, take the foot if you can. With the bones back into plank, knees down, the seat back, glide forward between the arms. From here to upward facing dog and cobra, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in, breathe out. So from here, you can see you can jump right into crow from here. So lift your heels, hold your breath. Oops, let's try that again. So you come up, land on your arms, you have to hold your breath. Otherwise, you can just walk your feet closer and then just kind of shift a little bit of a hop. And then from here, the forehead comes down. Come right up into headstand. Now you can turn your hands around. Want your fingertips. Your fingers are facing away from equal distance apart. And so you can lift your fingers up one at a time until you're just on the index finger. Almost all the way on the head. Here, bring your hands down. Turn your hands back around. And now into your crow pose again, if you can. Bring your legs down onto your arms. Flex your feet. Lift your head up. From here, bring your feet down. And come back into cloud pose. Before if you need to. You can stay in baby plows, your seat behind your shoulders, you need a little bit of time to rest. And then eventually move a little bit higher. Move your arms behind your body more and more until that you can't see your arms in front. And bring your seat up higher so your feet go further back behind your head. Cloud pose. Very good. Bring your knees down on your body. Against your body, side against your body, knees on the side of the head. Withdraw from your senses. Shut out all the inputs coming in through the ears and eyes. Lose yourself in the pose. Now from here, some of you might be able to go to one side and into camel. So if you know that, go ahead. Just demonstrate. So if you're in the pose, you can just sit up or sit up a little bit so you're not turning your head while you're in the pose. Sit up if you need to. So you're walking your feet over to your left. Drop your left knee down beside your shoulder, pushing your shoulder back of the head, and then roll right up. And coil. Come into camel if you like. If you're more flexible, you can move all the way down, hold your knees, bring your head onto your feet. And come right back up, don't stay. From here, bear pose, you bring your left shoulder in front of your left knee. And from here, you push into your shoulder. And then you walk back into plow, you go right to the other side from here. So back from plow, you walk your feet over to the right, your right shoulder drops down beside your right shoulder, your right knee drops on your right shoulder. You can use your left hand to help in front of you to roll, to plant yourself so you can come up again into camel. All these just nice fluid transitions. Or hold your knees, bring your head all the way down to the ground. Onto your feet, and come right back up. So from here, I'm landing my right shoulder in front of the knee. Like I'm about to go into hair pose, but keep pushing to the top of the right shoulder, the back of the head on the right side. And then you should be roughly in the same position as you started from in plow, same place. Bring your hands on the back. And from here, going down one leg at a time into bridge pose. Keep your hands on your seat. Come down so the feet line very softly. Bring your heels together, right into couch pose. So your toes are bent under. You walk forward on your shoulders and elbows until your elbows are beside your feet roughly. You take all the ankles, push into your elbows and lift your back up, your head up so you can bring your knees down. Because you have to lift your shoulders up, otherwise your knees will not come down. So you hold onto your ankles, and then you, when your head comes up, your knees will come down. If it's too much, just do a regular fish or a lotus fish if you like. Bring the top of the head down, and then bring your arms in front of your head. Take over opposite elbows, couch pose. Breathe very fast in the nose if you're sitting up. Now stay there, prepare, if on top of the head, if you're in this pose, couch, bring hands underneath your shoulder or like a little bit from your head, getting ready for coor.dination. So if you're not in the couch pose, you're in fish, release your legs, bring your feet close to your seat, and then come onto your top of your head. Prepare for coor.dination, upward facing dog. From here, if you're in couch pose, you just place your hands and you push your head up off the ground. You're in a perfect position to come into your upward facing dog. Stretch here. Here, if you get fancy, if you like, and see if you can. Some of you might feel some jump to the other side, push into your hands, bring your feet a little bit closer to your body, hold your breath, push into your hands, land your feet on the other side, and go back. Other variations, so stay in here and pose. If you have to come down, but then don't rest too long, just come back up. If you want, you can do one leg up. So let's say we take your left leg up first. And then come up off your right hand, well, stay on the fingertips and just until you're just on one index finger. Eventually, you might go to have your right hand on the right leg. Then repeat on the other side. Your right leg comes up, straight up. Look up here to see where your leg is. And then from here, you keep pressing to your right hand. Come onto your fingertips of your left hand, so your fingers are facing away from you, and come off one finger at a time until you just on the tip of the finger. Keep pushing down to the right hand. Hold your breath. So you can take your left hand up off the ground. Maybe hands on the ankle. Maybe even if you just practice getting your hand up off the ground. Hold back down. From here, come back down onto your back. Rest for a moment. Bring your legs forward, breathe in. Breathe out, all fatigue. Inhale again. Imagine the best breath coming right into the violet beams of light penetrating the skin. Exhale with all fatigue. From here, roll back into cloud pose. The shoulders stand. Bring your arms all the way behind your back. Hands on your seat or on your back. Come up one leg at a time into shoulder stand. You can stay in this pose. If you have a lotus, go into your lotus. This gives you some mental power. Some poses give you mental powers. It makes some mind more unpointed. It's focus. And you can take your hands to your thighs. You want to try to push your knees up higher than your hips. Should not look like a plow. Should look more like a shoulder stand. Push your hips forward. Once you're there, leave the body alone. Bring your mind into silence. Nothing to do, nor to go with deeper within beyond the body, the mind, and emotions. Next, if you have a Pindasana, if you have lotus, go to Pindasana, bring your lotus against your body. If you can, you wrap your arms around your legs, join your hands underneath your seat, embryo pose. If you don't have lotus, come back to plow. And then if you like Pindasana, you can bring your knees down on your shoulders or in front of your shoulders if you're flexible. Withdraw from your senses while squeezing your knees against your ears again. This permits you to concentrate more effectively. And uninterrupted concentration becomes meditation. And the highest form of meditation is again, we find divine union with God who's residing within the forms. Now we have the option here of staying in Pindasana in plow pose, or going into Yoga Nidrasana if you have the flexibility. Your feet crossed behind your head, then you come into the yoga nidra. So if you have a lotus, you can let go of your lotus. You lower your seat down, let your back down, but not all the way. Almost so, actually, yeah, all the way. So then you, if you can, you take hold of your feet, push your arms on top of the legs underneath your knees, on the back of the knees. You cross your ankles, pull the ankles further away behind your head. Tuck your chin in, and you can slip your feet behind your head. If you have this pose, you can go ahead and into the pose. Your diva forward bend. And once you're in the pose, or if you're staying in plow or Karnapidasana with your thighs against your body, knees on your side of the head, then you just keep breathing in case from the solar plexus up to the ground and back to the solar plexus. Watch the movement of the breath. This chakra at the solar plexus, Manipura, where all the power resides in the body. Source of the power. Draw the power from that source up to the crown. And imagine you're just continuing sending it to all beings. Back down to the solar plexus and keep going. Everything you have meant to be shared. From here, break the pose, but we're going to go right into similar pose, Karmasana. So bring your legs back down, uncross your legs. Bring your legs back down. In front. Once your feet are down, sit up. Hold your feet. Slide your hands underneath your legs, your lower legs. Take hold your feet. You can stay in this pose if you like. Try to get your shoulders lower than the knees. Or you have the flexibility, your shoulders are going lower than the knees. And bring your arms back, Karmasana. Your legs on your arms, close to the shoulders. So if you're doing the full pose, you don't have to have the feet quite as far apart. If your legs are over your elbows, it's not very comfortable. So you bring your feet a little bit inside the mat. You can slide from one side and then the other to get one arm and then the other, and then keep sliding your hands back. Keep pushing your feet forward. If your elbows are free, bind your hands over your back. Slow down the breath now. Being like a tortoise who lives a long time. Because they're a very long breath cycle, they say that each being has a finite amount of breaths according to karmas. So you want to make those breaths last as long as possible in order to promote longevity. Chin back is a big tortoise shell. On the inhale, breathe from the base of spine up to the crown, lengthen. Exhale back down to the base of spine, but at the same time, widen across the upper back from the shoulder blades falling away from one another. Exit. So we do in a little bit so that you can come up. You can just sit right up. Your legs are over your arms, close to your shoulders. Press into your hands. And so you might be able to come right into Titivasana from here. So lean back, push your back, your arms against the inside, back to the knees, and then keep pushing forward with your toes. Come into Titivasana. If that's not an easy entry for you, you can come into squat first. Take your shoulders in behind your legs. Sit back down, not too far though, and push into your hands, walk your feet forward. and bring the feet up. If you can't do this, you can do kakasana, crow pose or crane pose. Okay, so from here, you jump back into chaturanga. Into upward facing dog. Stay. Minutes, bend the toes under, push your shoulders back. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Arch the back again, curve the spine. Get your belly close to your thigh. We're going to slide into playground. Here, forward into high plank, lower down onto the belly. Dhanurasana. So you hold the ankles. The feet tend to be slippery, so hold lower on the legs and bring the legs up. Full pose. Hands on your legs, try to get your feet higher than the head. Rock if you like. Maybe get all the way back on your knees. If you're more flexible, you get your hands go closer to your knees, higher up on the shins. And then you rock. You might look at your feet down. Maybe pose a little bit longer. You want to take your, again, you can come down whenever you need to. Take maybe 2 or 3 breaths, no more than that. If you have the upward overhead hand bow, you can go into that as well. So let's get into that. Bend the toes under and the foot that you're not going to bind first. Take the foot in one hand, bend the toes under, lift the foot as high as you can so your elbows higher than the shoulder. And then move your elbow forward. If you can't get your other, usually at this point, if you have one foot, it's a little easier to take your other foot up. Swing forward and then come up. Otherwise, you can take just one leg and then just hold it like this. Still a beautiful pose. But remember to reverse it. So if you're doing it this way, if you can, unless you have any shoulder injuries, of course, you can try it on the other side. So do one more bow, anyone you like. Break the pose, bring the forehead down. Breathe in, breathe out, remove fatigue. Up the back plank, downward facing dog. We're going to bring our feet to the hands. Any which way you like. You can jump, you can walk, you can come into handstand first and come down, whatever you like. And in crow pose from handstand. You like. Come into Uttanasana one last time. Pull your body against the legs, push your seat all the way up. Your whole body against the legs if you're flexible. And if you can do it with your legs straight, otherwise keep your knees bent. And just rest your belly on your thighs. Hug your body to your legs. Long. Mudra. Reach up, arch back. Go all the way back into coor.dination. No patience. Once again, standing tall into Tadasana. the hands in front of the heart and a gesture of gratitude for all that you have, all that you can do, all that you are, all coming from the divine source that's within. Be grateful and share it with all beings. Take a deep breath in, bring all your gifts up to the crown. Hold the breath, imagine it going out to all beings everywhere. To the heart, stop to divine with all beings. So now let's make our way down. Final seated twist. You can either do a lotus if you have a lotus with the right foot on top. Your left foot comes in first and your right foot next. And then if you want, you move towards the right hand goes behind the back. Use your left hand if you need to guide your hand to the foot. And then sit back up, your left hand to the outside of the right knee. Again, either back the fist or step on your hand, the back of the hand with your knee and press it down. So you can do that version, or you can do Baddha. So for Baddha, you lean to your left, your left leg goes back, your right knee comes up. And you do this pose too. So it's like, that's a nice one. And if you don't have a lotus at all, you can just have your foot on the inseam of the thigh. And just place your hand, help your hand around the back, press into your thigh and roll it outwards. Your left hand can still come on the outside of the knee or step on the back of the hand. And then pull your weight back up. Keep the base of the wrist down if you can on your left hand. Push your right shoulder back. So any variation you like. Pull on the foot. If you have the foot in lotus, pull on the foot so you're trying to get it behind your back. Like you're bringing out the water out of the pot, you're bringing out all the impurities out of the organs. Oh, come back, change sides. So if you have a lotus, your left leg goes on top this time. Turn to your left, your belly over your thigh, lean down, roll ahead the shoulder, left shoulder forward, bring your arm around the back, and then use your right hand to guide your foot to the hand the rest of the way. Your hand to the foot. And then your right hand can come underneath your left knee if you like, or just the back of the fist. Or the back of the Trasana if you like. Your right leg be bent back for that one. Lift the chest, turn to your left. Likewise, you need to foot in front of your root, heel at the root, and you can do it this way. Wherever you are again, offer it up. Do your best. You will have the chance to experience everything, all forms, the fullest extent. This is the way of self-realization. You have to experience everything. Be grateful for all experiences, even the difficult and challenging ones. We have something to gain from each and every one. Everything is perfect and is happening according to the divine plan. Both sides of your seats are anchored down. Push your lower back up and in on the inhale. Also up your body out of the hips. Exhale, turn, but don't let the body fall back into your hips. Chest is open. Pose. Lie on the back now for Shavasana. Take your way down. Soften. Palms turned up. A little bit, hands a little bit away from the body, about a foot or so. Be on the edge of the back. the feet falling away from one another. Now the body just sink heavily into the ground. Imagine all the muscles dissolve instantly. And allow more of the purification to take place through the Shavasana. There are impurities at all levels. Through the practice, the asanas, we bring physical purification. Through the lower, and through like the adherence to ethical rules, so the lower limbs of the practice, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, these bring about the outward purification. And through the inner realms, the higher limbs of the practice, we bring about mental and spiritual purification. We purify the thoughts. And those have to be driven, of course, by yama niyama. And we purify the spiritual, the comportment, the behavior, so that you're always acting in a way that is in observance to ethical rules. First and foremost, compassion. Say to yourself the following sentence 3 times mentally to ingrain it in your heart and mind. My compassion is ever expanding and reaching all beings. Each and every day to see its realization more and more. You have to find a way to exercise compassion, even on the most subtle level. And through the practice, we do attain this as we get closer and closer to self-realization. We realize that all beings are of God, same nature. And then we see God everywhere. We see sameness, that infinite presence everywhere. And prepare to keep on radiating your light, your love to all beings everywhere. In your day-to-day lives and all your interactions, continue to observe yama and niyama. So to hold, be a beacon of truth, of light, of containment, of passion, of like that driving force to stay with the practice of non-attachment and non-stealing. Keep on exercising this in all your actions, thoughts, and deeds. Make your way up now to seated pose. Move slowly, move gracefully. Move in a way that keeps you in that silent, quiet mind space, so as not to agitate the mind. And we'll close now with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within, send it to all beings everywhere. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. Always within. Today, thanks. day. Much love. Peace.